Hey YouTube, and welcome back once again to Harley Day Rider, your good old friend HDR, here for another kitchen video, which I know you'd rather see me on the motorcycle, but I just have a topic that I want to talk about here quickly. We're not going to harp on it too long. And yes, Mrs. HDR is not with me, so this is not a wrap-up video of any kind. I know somebody once on one of our wrap-up videos dubbed it, he couldn't wait to see the kitchen video. So thank you very much for dubbing the kitchen video. Today we're going to be talking about the Sena headset. A lot of you have asked me, what do you use to communicate between me and Mrs. HDR on the road? We currently are using the Sena. It's right here. And get a shot of this. I'm sure you've seen these on YouTube. This is the Sena 20S. Now the 20S has some great features such as voice commands, and I can tell you I tried to say one day, hello Sena, and didn't answer. So the proper pronunciation is hello Sena. When I said Sena, it said, may I help you? And so you can use voice prompts or voice commands to talk to your unit to do different things, such as FM on, to turn your radio on, music, to listen to music off your phone, or you can just touch the jog dial buttons. Okay, we're not really getting into that. I just want to talk to you about a unit that I have here that I'm trying out from my good friend Jim that lent it to me. He was very nice. We met up with him Thursday at a Harley shop, and he brought the unit, so we'll talk about that in a second. Now what I do like about the Sena 20S is you push a button on the bottom, it releases it, you pull it off, and then you can charge this unit. Alright, and there's no wiring, I don't have to unplug anything. I just pop it, all the connectors are down inside and on the bottom of the unit. To put it back on, I just simply put it on and I click it. Now, this is the helmet I normally wear on our road trips, sometimes on road rides around here. This helmet is the Bell Rogue helmet. There is a piece that goes in the front. If you look at these, you can take that piece off very easily, throw it in your saddlebag. Because I feel if you wear that piece, you look like Hannibal Lecter. It looks like that. Remember that bite guard? It looks very scary. So I don't wear it ordinarily. It does help to protect your face. It does help to keep the wind off the microphone. If you want to use it, that's great. If not, put it in the saddlebag. Now, with this helmet, I also have on this side my Drift HD camera. Now I use the Drift, and I bought the Drift originally because I like the profile of it. It's on the side of the helmet. You guys have seen hundreds of videos with me with this camera. I've been using it since day one, and I love the camera. So this camera shoots at 720p at 60 frames a second, or 1080p at 30 frames a second. The difference is, if you've ever watched videos, if you watch them at 60 frames a second, the scenery is a lot smoother, so that's why I shoot it at 720. It will not do 1080p at 60 frames a second, so 720 is what I get. It looks good for YouTube. You folks are happy watching the videos, and it's fine. Now with this setup, you'll notice I have two devices. I got one here on the right side is my camera. On the left side, as I said, is my Sena. It works very well. I have the microphone for the camera going down around the boom of the Sena, and I have the microphone inside the windscreen, so that way it protects it from the wind, and you don't hear a lot of wind unless I'm on the highway. I know you do get some wind noise there, but it works very well. And put a piece of black tape on it to hold it all together so it doesn't blow apart. That's always a good thing. You don't want that to blow apart. Sometimes when I'm talking to Mrs. HDR, I can tell you with the helmet on the highway, I have to put my hand in front of the, behind the mic to block the wind so she can hear me better. But when we're driving through town or whatever, we can talk fine, and it works absolutely fine with an open face helmet. Okay, full face helmets, just to put that out there, is better for vlogging, because I think the audio is better as long as you're still picking up the sound of your motorcycle, right? We don't want to vlog and not hear the bike. We know we're riding a motorcycle, so you should probably hear the motorcycle at some point, and people appreciate that. That's this setup. So why am I talking to you today is very simply, as I said, Jim, you've seen me ride with him last Sunday on the last video on our group ride. He came to the Harley Davidson dealer and we talked a little bit. We've been talking back and forth, text messaging and Facebook, and he lent me his He wasn't using this at the present moment. This is the Sena 10C. Now the 10C is nice because if you look on this side of the helmet, there's no camera. Why? Because it's built into the 10C. It's all together in one unit. Why is that nice? Well, obviously you have to put one unit on your helmet and you're ready to rock and roll. So you go out, you can do your communications. It still has like the 20, if I didn't say it, they both have built-in FM radio. And they both play music from your phone, as well as make phone calls, answer phone calls, and do text messaging if you have voice text turned on your phone, as well as being able to communicate with my lovely wife, Mrs. HDR, on the back of the bike. We can still communicate back and forth. I only have one mic here. What's nice about that is it has the wind canceling technology built into the Sena. So I'm hoping with this open face helmet today on my test ride that we're not going to get a lot of wind noise. And you will probably get some on the highway. We'll see how that works out. But for the most part, driving around talking to you, it should be absolutely fine. The Sena built on the 10C, they built, if you can see us right here, a little jog wheel in the middle. I just put this on this morning. This jog wheel, if you loosen this up, it allows you to adjust the camera up and down for the angle when you're riding, right? So if you're sitting here, I just eyeballed it a little bit so the camera's shooting up. You don't want your camera pointing out your gas tank, right? We don't want the camera pointing up to the sky. We want to get that nice constant view of your windshield or part of the dash and the scenery, right? That's what we're shooting. So it allows you to adjust that camera up and down. There's also on the front of this camera, if you can see it, well, on the back of the lens is, let me see if you can see that. I'm trying to get it in there. Anyway, there's a little red dot, if you can see that on the camera. That little red dot is basically a bullseye. It's almost like I look at this and I said, it looks like you're looking down the barrel of a pistol. So when you're looking down where your face is going to be and where the road's going to be, you want to adjust this so you're not going down the road sideways, right? That will make some people very, very sick. It allows you to take that lens and barrel it back and forth, left and right, to adjust it. I eyeballed it, and I'm going to take a test ride here in a little bit. Come back, look at the video, just a short ride, and then we'll take it out and do a good ride, which you guys will see after. But you have to take a short ride. There's no way to see this on your phone and to see where that angle is sitting. So once you get your camera on your helmet, take a ride out, whatever camera you're using, I suggest. It is nice with the GoPros because the GoPro, you know, has the app on the phone. Same as the Drift, I have an app and I can actually look and see about where I'm, you know, where I'm shooting. So what I'd like to see with the Sena is, I'd like to see Sena come out with the clip on the new 10C Pro, but I was looking at it this morning, it's still got this wire. I don't like this wire on the back. Let me see if I can get this in here. There's a wire, like a mini USB wire that plugs in here and dangles off your helmet, right? You have to shove it up in there when you're not using this, but I guess you'd always have it plugged in. It doesn't really matter because this wire, the reason this is here is for your head, you know, for your speakers, for your microphone, everything's connected via this wire. To me, this is a point of breakage right here. It really, really bothers me. Why can't Sena, if you're listening and if you're watching this, why can't your engineers design the 10C and the new 10C Pro with the little docking station? I don't know why you couldn't do that. Put all your wiring into this dock. You designed this one and built this one. All the videos in the camera. So all you're doing is putting this on. Redesign it, please, and make it like this. Then I can take this off, take it to my computer. I don't have to fight any wiring on the back, unplugging those or anything to get my video off. I could just take this and get my video off. When I'm done, I can snap it on. I know the angles and everything would be set right. So, you know, I'm sure you have to redesign it so it has that little ball thing on everything. But Sena and the engineers at Sena, I know you're brilliant people. You designed the 10, the 20, the 10C, you designed the 10C Pro, the 10C Pro EVO that you're coming out with. I've seen a picture of somewhere. You can do it. And also, if you're listening, Sena, the 10C Pro, when you're ready to release it, get it out to some vloggers like me, maybe. Send me one, and we'll demo them out for you. Because the 10C, folks, is shooting at 720, again, at 60 frames a second, or 1080 at 30 frames a second. So I'm shooting today at 720 at 60 frames a second. The new Pro will shoot 1080 at 60 frames a second. So there's a big difference there. So plus the new 10 Pro has the voice commands like the 20S. The 10C does not have the voice commands. So I would guess you would say something like, "Hello Sena, may I help you?" Record video, and your video would kick on and start recording. Stop recording, it would stop recording. That's even better than the drift where I have to press a button, right? I could just tell it. So I think it's going to be a great improvement, and I think everything's going to be a wonderful, very new and exciting units coming out of Sena. I'm very excited, can't wait to see those. And but we'll see how the demo video goes, and you guys will see that after a while here, sometime later tonight, maybe, hopefully. Because what also the Sena 10C, the reason I'd like to have one is because it allows me to record, like when me and Jim, myself and Jim was talking last Sunday, you couldn't hear that conversation. He was saying like, "Look at that over there, that's really nice," and I could turn my head and you could see it. I was hearing it through the Sena, but you didn't hear it through the drift. So this will record all communications. Whereas me and Mrs. HDR and myself are riding down the road, and she goes, "Wow, look at that really nice sunset over there." I can turn my head. You'll hear her say that, and then I can turn my head, and then you'll get to see that. So I think it brings a different depth to the videos when you're group riding, and I wish more and more people get to Senas. And hopefully that'll work out. I know I've been talking to a local vlogger here called PA Bearded Biker. Is that right? Yeah, PA Bearded Biker. I think that's right. I met him at the Harley, or the Roar on the Shore Bike Fest, and great guy. He has a couple videos up already. They just recently rode to Tell the Dragon. Check him out. Again, I think it's PA Bearded Biker. He just got a 10C. We're planning a ride together here at some point. We're going to meet up somewhere in the middle of our houses and take a little journey together and do a group vlog. So there you go. Okay, folks, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you very soon on the demo ride. Remember, ride your own ride. Be safe out there. Take care of yourself, and I will talk to you very soon. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.